It's October 30th. We got one day for people to figure out if 40 million people are going to go hungry or not. But hey, the people aren't letting that get in their way because the people are more powerful than the powerful. And so there's a whole lot of good news going on. I just want to go over some of the stuff that people are doing right now to stand up and persist. We've got a coffee shop in Portlandia, that said, hey, we're offering free SNAP breakfast for everyone who needs it, anyone who lost their benefits, and we're going to keep doing this until we go broke or go home. And then because they did that, all of these people decided to donate to this coffee shop to the tune of $185, it's probably more today, this was yesterday, $185,000 in donations. People feeding their neighbors. There's a guy in Minnesota who has raised over $4 million to donate to food banks. And in Chicago, you have cyclists who are raising money to pay out vendors because the cold water cars are going after the vendors, but they have to live, they got to work, right? Which puts them at risk. So people are buying out the vendors so that they can go home and stay safe with their family. Now, we did do that first here in the City of Angels, just as a side note. People have been buying out vendors here as well for many months. And then there are so many people on social media who are raising money for food banks with their platforms. And so we all need to be doing that. Everyone, please donate to the food banks. And, you know, some of our leaders are actually doing stuff too. I mean, it does seem like the people do most of it, but they are suing all of our states. There are like 20 some odd states, most of them blue states. Maybe they're all blue states. I don't know. Does it matter anymore? It's food. States are suing the circus, demanding that they release the funding so people can eat. And while we're talking about people going hungry and people needing help, we just had Hurricane Melissa hit Jamaica and Haiti. And so that's another place it'd be great if people could donate to. There's an organization called Project Hope in Jamaica where you can donate. Also, World Global Kitchen is feeding people there, making hot meals. And so that's another good place to donate. And you know, we got that fiery rock in the sky that's supposed to be at this important point in relationship to the sun today. So I'm really hoping that's going to send down some positive energy so that people feel generous and kind and decide to look out for their neighbor. And you know, when it comes to persisting, just remember, you don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to be rich to help. You can just help your neighbor. You can just cook one meal. You can just be that person who says, well, you know, I'm at the fast food restaurant getting myself lunch. I'm going to get a second lunch for somebody else, because some people are doing that. They're just going to the restaurant and saying, I'm paying for a SNAP lunch for somebody. And then people who are running out of benefits, they can go there and get their lunch. You know, we're more powerful than the circus, and we just have to remember that. And I think that maybe sometimes things like this happen to give us an opportunity to come together, to express love to one another, to remember that our neighbors are like us, and to remember that we're powerful, that we don't really depend on corrupt, powerful circus members, that no matter what they do, we're still going to keep going, and we're going to find a way. We always do, and we always will. So hang in there, people. And if you're wondering where I am, I'm in sunny Phoenix. Visiting my dad. A little noisy, I guess, in his complex. So if I haven't been posting as much, that's why. But I just want to remind people what my guide said so long ago. They said that what we were going through was going to unify us and shift our consciousness up, that it was going to change the way we think. And I think that's really happening. And what's going on with SNAP benefits is really raising our consciousness and making us think about each other and about how we can take care of each other. And you know, the more we shift our consciousness and the more we unify and the more we enter into that loving vibration, the closer we are to evacuating the circus.